Have you ever dreamed of having all the money you could ever want? Imagine never worrying about bills again or being able to buy anything your heart desires. Well, what if I told you there's a way to make that dream come true? Neville Goddard's techniques for manifesting wealth aren't just another get-rich-quick scheme. They're powerful tools that can completely change your life by helping you create the abundant reality you've always wanted. Now, you might be thinking, that sounds too good to be true. But here's the thing. These methods aren't about winning the lottery or finding a secret money-making formula. They're about something much more powerful, using your own mind to shape your reality. Goddard's techniques tap into the incredible power of your imagination to bring wealth and abundance into your life. Think of your mind like a mirror. Everything you see in your life right now is just a reflection of what's going on inside your head. If you're always thinking about not having enough money, guess what? That's exactly what you'll keep seeing in your life. It's like the mirror is saying, "You believe you don't have enough money? Okay, here's more proof of that." But here's the exciting part. If you change what's in your mind, you can change what shows up in your life. It's that simple. And that's exactly what Neville Goddard's techniques help you do. Now, I won't lie to you. Changing your inner world isn't always easy. It means taking a good, hard look at your thoughts and beliefs about money. You might discover some ideas that have been holding you back without you even knowing it. Maybe you've always thought rich people are greedy or that you're just not the kind of person who can be wealthy. Facing these thoughts can be tough. It's like cleaning out a really messy closet. It might get a bit uncomfortable before it gets better. But trust me, it's worth it. Because once you clear out those old limiting beliefs, you make room for new, empowering ones that can transform your financial life. Before we dive into the techniques, let's talk about the man behind them. Neville Goddard wasn't your typical spiritual teacher. Born in 1905 in Barbados, he came to the United States as a young man to study theater. But his life took a different turn when he discovered the power of the human imagination. Goddard became known for his unique take on spirituality and manifesting. He didn't just talk about positive thinking or setting goals. Instead, he taught that our imagination is the key to creating our reality. He believed that what we imagine and feel as real will become real in our physical world. So how does this work when it comes to money? Well, Goddard taught that if you want to be wealthy, you need to imagine and feel that you're already wealthy. It's not about pretending or lying to yourself. It's about using your imagination to create such a vivid and real experience of wealth that your subconscious mind starts to believe it's true. Here's a simple example. Let's say you want to have $10,000 in your bank account. Instead of just wishing for it or working harder, Goddard would tell you to close your eyes and imagine looking at your bank statement. See the number $10,000 clearly in your mind. Feel the excitement and relief of having that money. Make it so real in your imagination that you can almost touch it. Now, this might sound a bit strange at first. You might be thinking, but I know I don't really have that money. And you're right, in the physical world you don't. Not yet. But remember, we're working with the power of imagination here. Your job is to make it feel real in your mind first. You've probably heard of the law of attraction, the idea that like attracts like, or that what you focus on grows. Well, Goddard's techniques take this idea to a whole new level. Instead of just thinking positive thoughts about money, Goddard's methods have you actually experience being wealthy in your imagination. It's like you're sending a super clear, super strong signal to the universe saying, "This is who I am now. This is my reality." And here's the cool part. Your subconscious mind can't tell the difference between what you vividly imagine and what's actually happening. So when you practice these techniques, you're literally rewiring your brain to think, feel, and act like a wealthy person. This isn't about tricking yourself or anyone else. It's about aligning your inner world with the reality you want to create. When you do this, you start to see opportunities you might have missed before. You make different decisions. You feel more confident about money. And bit by bit, your outer world starts to match the wealthy reality you've been imagining. Now let's talk about why imagination is so important in Goddard's teachings. We often think of imagination as just daydreaming or making things up, but Goddard saw it as the most powerful creative force we have. Think about it. Everything in the human-made world started as someone's imagination. The phone or computer you're using right now, the chair you're sitting on, even the money in your wallet, all of these things existed in someone's mind before they became real. Goddard taught that the same is true for the circumstances of your life, including your financial situation. If you can imagine it vividly enough and feel it as real, you can create it in your life. So how do you use your imagination to feel wealthy? It's all about creating experiences in your mind that feel as real as possible. Here's an exercise you can try. Close your eyes and imagine you're walking into a bank. Feel the cool air conditioning on your skin. Hear the quiet chatter of other customers. Now imagine walking up to the teller. You ask for your account balance and they hand you a slip of paper. Look at that paper in your mind. See a number that represents wealth to you. Maybe it's $100,000 or $1 million or even more. Now here's the important part. Really feel how you would feel if that were your actual bank balance. Feel the excitement bubbling up in your chest. Feel the relief of knowing all your bills are paid and you have plenty left over. Feel the confidence of knowing you can afford anything you want. The more real you can make this experience in your mind, the more powerful it is. You're not just thinking about being wealthy, you're actually experiencing it, even if it's just in your imagination for now. Creating these mental pictures can take some practice. Here are some tips to help you make your imaginary experiences of wealth more vivid. Use all your senses. Don't just see wealth, but hear it, feel it, even smell it. What does wealth sound like to you? Maybe it's the sound of coins clinking or the rustle of paper money. What does it feel like? Maybe it's the smooth leather of an expensive car seat or the cool metal of a gold watch. Add details. The more specific you can be, the better. Don't just imagine having money, imagine exactly how much. Picture specific things you would buy or do with that money. Make it personal. Your idea of wealth might be different from someone else's. Focus on what wealth means to you, not what you think it should mean. Practice regularly. Like any skill, using your imagination gets easier with practice. Try to do these visualizations every day, even if it's just for a few minutes. Have fun with it. The more you enjoy these imaginary experiences of wealth, the more you'll want to do them and the more effective they'll be. Remember, the goal isn't to escape reality or live in a fantasy world. It's to use your imagination as a tool to reshape your beliefs and expectations about money. As you do this, you'll start to see changes in how you think and act around money in your real life. And that's where the magic really happens. Because when you start thinking, feeling, and acting like a wealthy person, you open yourself up to opportunities and ideas that can lead to real wealth in your physical world. In the next part of our journey into Neville Goddard's techniques, we'll explore one of his most powerful concepts, living from the end. This is where you'll learn how to not just imagine wealth, but to actually live as if you're already wealthy. It's a game changer that can transform your financial reality faster than you might think possible. Now that we've explored the power of imagination, let's dive into one of Neville Goddard's most powerful concepts, living from the end. This idea might sound a bit strange at first, but it's actually pretty simple. Living from the end means acting as if you've already achieved your goal of being wealthy. Think about it this way. If you were already wealthy, how would you think? How would you feel? How would you act? Living from the end means bringing those thoughts, feelings, and actions into your life right now, even if your bank account doesn't match up yet. Here's why this works. When you start living as if you're already wealthy, you send a powerful message to your subconscious mind. You're telling it, this is who I am now. This is my reality. And your subconscious mind, which doesn't know the difference between what's real and what's vividly imagined, starts to believe it. Now let's be clear. Acting as if you're wealthy doesn't mean going out and spending money you don't have. That's not what we're talking about here. Instead, it's about adopting the mindset and behaviors of a wealthy person. Feel confident about money, knowing there's always enough. Make decisions based on value rather than just price. Take care of their possessions, treating them as valuable. Invest in themselves and their future. Feel generous and abundant, knowing there's plenty to share. Start incorporating these attitudes and behaviors into your life. When you're making decisions, ask yourself, what would I do if I were already wealthy? Maybe you'd choose quality over quantity, or invest in learning a new skill instead of buying something you don't really need. When you check your bank balance, practice feeling grateful and abundant, regardless of the number you see. When you pay bills, do it with a sense of ease and gratitude, knowing you have more than enough to cover them. When you go shopping, carry yourself with the confidence of someone who can afford anything in the store, even if you're not buying anything expensive. Start window shopping for things you want, not with a sense of lack, but with the excitement of knowing you'll have them soon. Treat yourself to small luxuries that make you feel wealthy, like a fancy coffee or a beautiful notebook. Remember, the goal isn't to pretend or to live beyond your means. It's to align your inner state with the wealth you want to create. As you practice this, you'll start to notice shifts in how you think about and handle money. Now let's talk about something that's absolutely crucial in Goddard's teachings, the power of feeling. Goddard taught that it's not enough to just visualize or think about wealth. You need to feel it. In fact, he believed that feeling is the secret to making your desires real. Why is feeling so important? Because your feelings are like a language that your subconscious mind understands perfectly. When you combine a clear mental image with a strong feeling, you create a powerful blueprint that your subconscious mind works to make real. Think about it. When you really want something, you don't just think about it. You feel it. You might feel excitement, anticipation, or even frustration that you don't have it yet. These feelings are what drive you to take action and make changes in your life. Gratitude. Practice. Start each day by thinking of 3 things you're grateful for related to money. Maybe you're grateful for the job that provides your income, or for the fact that you always have enough for food and shelter. Abundance. Meditation. Close your eyes and imagine yourself surrounded by abundance. See golden light flowing into you, filling you with a sense of wealth and plenty. Wealth affirmations. Use positive statements about wealth, but don't just say them. Feel them. For example, when you say, "I am wealthy," really feel the truth of that statement in your body. Memory mining. Think of a time when you felt really abundant or financially secure, even if it was just for a moment. Relive that memory, feeling those positive emotions again. Future self-visualization. Imagine your future wealthy self. How does that version of you feel? Confident? Secure? Generous? Let yourself fully experience those feelings. The Rich List exercise. Each night before bed, write down 5 things that made you feel wealthy that day. They don't have to be big things. Maybe you enjoyed a delicious meal or wore a piece of clothing that made you feel great. The point is to train your mind to notice and appreciate abundance in your life. The wealth bubble technique. Imagine yourself inside a bubble filled with wealth energy. As you go about your day, carry this bubble with you. Whenever you need a boost, imagine stepping fully into the bubble and being filled with feelings of abundance and prosperity. Now let's explore one of Goddard's most powerful techniques, revision. This is a way to literally rewrite your past experiences with money, changing your money story from the inside out. Here's the idea: your current beliefs about money are shaped by your past experiences. Maybe you grew up hearing that money doesn't grow on trees, or you had some bad financial experiences that left you feeling scared or powerless about money. The revision technique allows you to go back and change these experiences in your mind. By doing this, you can shift your beliefs and open up new possibilities for wealth in your life. Identify a past event that shaped your beliefs about money negatively. Maybe it was a time when your parents argued about money, or when you couldn't afford something you really wanted. Close your eyes and vividly recall this scene in your mind. Now, imagine the scene playing out differently in a way that supports your desire for wealth. For example, if you're revising an argument about money, imagine your parents calmly discussing finances and expressing confidence in their ability to provide abundantly. Really feel the new emotions associated with this revised scene. Feel the relief, the confidence, the abundance. Play this new scene in your mind several times until it feels as real and vivid as the original memory. The key is to do this with full emotional involvement. You're not just thinking about a different outcome, you're fully experiencing it as if it really happened that way. Get comfortable and relax. Take a few deep breaths to center yourself. Identify the memory you want to revise. Be specific about what happened and how it made you feel about money. Imagine stepping into that memory, see what you saw, hear what you heard, feel what you felt. Now, begin to change the scene. What would you like to have happened instead? How would you like to have felt? Play out this new scene in detail. What are people saying? How are they acting? How do you feel? Immerse yourself in the positive feelings of this new scenario. Feel the relief, the joy, the abundance. Repeat this revised scene several times, each time making it more vivid and real. End the session by expressing gratitude for this new, empowering experience. Remember, the goal isn't to deny what actually happened, but to change how that event affects you now. By revising your money memories, you're reshaping your beliefs about wealth and opening yourself up to new financial possibilities. Practice this technique regularly, especially with significant money memories. Over time, you'll notice a shift in how you think and feel about money. You'll start to approach financial situations with more confidence and optimism, which can lead to real changes in your financial life. In the next sections, we'll explore more of Goddard's powerful techniques for manifesting wealth, including the state akin to sleep, SATS method, and the importance of persistence and faith in your wealth journey. These tools, combined with what you've already learned, will give you a complete toolkit for transforming your financial reality. State akin to sleep, SATS, a powerful manifestation technique. Now, let's dive into one of Neville Goddard's most famous and powerful techniques, the state akin to sleep, or SATS. This method is like a secret weapon for manifesting wealth, and it's surprisingly simple to do. SATS is all about tapping into that drowsy state right before you fall asleep or just as you're waking up. In these moments, your mind is more open and receptive. It's like the guard at the door of your subconscious mind takes a little break, making it easier for new ideas to slip in. As you're lying in bed, either just before sleep or upon waking, allow yourself to relax completely. In this relaxed state, imagine a scene that implies you've already achieved your desired wealth. For example, you might imagine looking at a bank statement with a large balance, or receiving congratulations on a successful business deal. Make this scene as vivid and real as possible. Use all your senses. What do you see? What do you hear? How do you feel? The key is to loop this scene over and over in your mind. Keep replaying it until you either fall asleep or fully wake up. The power of SATS lies in its ability to bypass your conscious mind's doubts and speak directly to your subconscious. When you do this regularly, you're essentially programming your subconscious to align with the wealthy reality you're imagining. Keep your scene short and simple. A 30-second scene that you can easily loop is perfect. Focus on the feeling. The emotion of having achieved your wealth goal is more important than the visual details. Be consistent. Try to practice SATs every night and morning for best results. Don't worry if you fall asleep quickly. Your subconscious is still absorbing the scene. If you have trouble visualizing, focus on the feeling of wealth and abundance instead. Remember, the goal isn't to force yourself to stay awake or to perfectly visualize every detail. It's about entering that drowsy, receptive state and impressing your desire for wealth upon your subconscious mind. Now let's talk about two crucial elements that tie all of Goddard's techniques together: persistence and faith. These might not sound as exciting as imagination or visualization, but they're absolutely essential for manifesting wealth. Persistence means sticking with these practices even when you don't see immediate results. It's about doing your SATs every night, living from the end every day, and maintaining your wealth mindset even when your bank account hasn't caught up yet. Faith, in Goddard's teachings, isn't about believing in a higher power. It's about having complete confidence that what you've imagined must come to pass. It's the knowing that your imaginal acts are real and that your physical reality has no choice but to conform to them. Here's why persistence is so important. Changing your deeply held beliefs about money and wealth takes time. You're not just trying to win the lottery here, you're rewiring your entire relationship with abundance. That doesn't happen overnight. Think of it like planting a seed. When you plant a seed, you don't dig it up every day to check if it's growing. You water it, make sure it gets sunlight, and trust in the process. Your wealth manifestation works the same way. You do your techniques consistently, maintain your wealthy mindset, and trust that changes are happening even if you can't see them yet. Look for small signs. Notice any positive changes in your financial life, no matter how small. Maybe you found some unexpected money or got a small raise at work. Keep a manifestation journal. Write down all the ways you're feeling more abundant and any financial improvements you notice. Remember past successes. Think about times in your life when you've achieved goals or when things have worked out unexpectedly well. Surround yourself with positivity, read success stories, listen to uplifting podcasts, or join a community of like-minded people who are also working on manifesting wealth. Practice gratitude. Focusing on what you're grateful for helps you maintain a positive, abundant mindset. Set small, achievable financial goals alongside your big wealth goals. Celebrate each victory, no matter how small. Visualize your wealthy future regularly. Create a vision board or write a detailed description of your ideal wealthy life. Take inspired action. While Goddard's techniques are powerful, they work best when combined with practical steps towards your financial goals. Practice self-care. Taking care of yourself physically and emotionally will help you maintain the energy and positivity needed for manifesting. Remember your why. Keep reminding yourself why you want to manifest wealth. Is it for financial freedom, to help others, to live your dream life? As we wrap up our exploration of Neville Goddard's techniques for manifesting wealth, let's take a moment to reflect on the incredible journey we've been on. We've discovered that the key to unlocking unlimited wealth lies not in the outside world, but within our own minds and imaginations. We started by understanding the power of our imagination and how it shapes our reality. We learned about living from the end, feeling the reality of our desires, and using techniques like revision and SATS to reprogram our subconscious minds for wealth and abundance. But perhaps most importantly, we've learned that manifesting wealth is not just about visualizing money or material possessions. It's about transforming our entire relationship with abundance. It's about becoming the kind of person who naturally attracts wealth and success. Remember, these techniques aren't magic spells or get-rich-quick schemes. They're tools for profound personal transformation. As you practice them, you'll likely find that you're not just changing your financial situation, you're changing yourself. You're becoming more confident, more abundant, more open to opportunities. The journey to wealth, using Goddard's techniques, is a journey of self-discovery and self-mastery. It requires patience, persistence, and faith. There may be times when you doubt or when progress seems slow. In those moments, remember that every great achievement starts with a single thought, a single imaginal act. Your job now is to take these techniques and make them your own. Practice them consistently. Experiment with them. See what works best for you. And most importantly, enjoy the process. The journey to wealth should be as rewarding as the destination. As you go forward from here, keep this in mind. The wealth you desire already exists within you. These techniques are simply ways to bring it into your physical reality. Trust in the process, believe in your own power, and watch as your world transforms. Your journey to unlimited wealth begins now, in this moment, with the power of your own imagination. The only question is, what will you create?